I was supposed to go out today, but I'm probably not gonna do that. And I'm a little bit because it's like 4 o'clock. So after what I went through last night, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So um, I really shouldn't watch these uh, art documentaries. It just makes me think about myself and in terms of success and failure. And I think, why are they able to do it? Why can't I do it? How come, I'm stuck here, whatever. But, um, I stand on my chair. Um, the noise that you hear in the background is the oscillating fan. Okay. Uh, I have been able to spend more time by myself, really. I can't really get into the details of that, but yeah, that's kind of been uh, an adjustment. Um, but okay, that's just I'm gonna stop talking about that. Um, we'll go down right down the rabbit hole into DeVitisville. Okay, so we're not gonna go there. I find it strange that when I talk about something, or um, when I've written or talked about something or done something else artistically that touches on a certain subject matter, then suddenly it's out there, and then it's like everywhere. Like I was talking about the girl with the dragon tattoo, and then there she is, that American version, right? So, but then no, that was a while back. But specifically, I'm talking about American Pie, which is the latest installment as American uh, Reunion. And when I wrote the the last part of the story, um, the latest part of the story, I what I didn't know that there was going to be a sequel. I thought they were pretty much done, you know. And then boom, there it is, and it seems like that happens all the time. I don't know what that's about, but it's a little freaky. And I also need to stop watching these films where uh, there's usually, if it's not an artist, it's a tortured genius, and they're struggling with demons, whether it's like drug addiction or alcoholism or mental illness or whatever. I have to stop watching these films because when I watch these films, I think, oh my god, I'm really messed up. And generally, I already know that I messed up, but I'm able to function within it, Uh, and when I watch these films, it just makes me go, oh my god, I'm so messed up. And then I just like stop functioning, It's like, so I had to stop watching these films. But I watch those films because I need to know that there are people out there that are like me. So I guess that's what that's about. But um, excuse me, sorry. Um, spontaneous burping. Okay, no, I mean seriously, I don't know what it's about, but okay. my walks, uh, people like okay yesterday, like I go from my house to the store, which is like a half mile away. And I do this. Um, I do this because it's a known destination. It's familiar. Okay, but I also get my exercise. you know, um, so you know, I'm sure that the checkout lady think, oh my God, she really likes a snack or whatever. Um, I hate that. I need to change the settings. Um, anyway, so yeah, on my walk, I yesterday, um, I was on my way there, and people stopped me and they asked me if I'm okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Am I okay? I'm just walking. Well, yeah, but I just wanted to know if you were. Well, why wouldn't I be all right? I would understand that reaction if I was running down the street screaming like a banshee. I could understand that reaction if I was bleeding on the pavement. Uh, I don't get it. And so, but I was almost there. I was almost to the doors, and this lady pulls up in her van. And this is something that happens often as well. It actually happened. There's another variation of it last week, which I'll touch on in a minute. This lady pulls up in her van, um, right to the end, right where the entrance is, where the doors are. So you can walk in. But she gets out of her van. She's talking at me through a window before she opens the door, and I'm like, oh God! And I stop, and she opens the door and get out, and she says like, young lady, the Lord told me to give you this, and she pulls out uh, what I now know is a $20 bill. Okay, but it was wadded up into this little square, so I didn't know exactly what the denomination was. I knew it was money because I'd been through this on several occasions, and generally I refuse. Uh, but there are times when they're insistent, like she was damned insistent. Excuse me, my hair's in my mouth again. Oh, damn it! I hate that. It's so annoying. Wait, I don't want to eat my fucking hair. Seriously, give me my. I'm not. Thank you. Jeez. All right. Sorry. Okay. Um. Anyway, she was damned insistent, and I knew that if I didn't just be cooperative, that she wasn't going to let me go. So she shoves this $20 bill that she'd wadded up into my pocket. Okay, and based on what I know, they need like an excuse to touch me. She went to kiss me on my cheek or whatever and say, God bless you. And in the past, I'm like, I don't know how to react to that. Like, I'm just stunned, like into silence, because of the way that people react to me. And that's just one example, all right? But no, but it's different. There's a contrast where I'm just like, get the bleep away from me. I'm not doing anything. I'm walking down the sidewalk. Mind your own business. You know, that's that is the extreme. Those are the extremes that I live in here. Um, so anyway, she gives me and she kisses my cheek, and I'm you know, and she gets back in the car, and gets back in the vehicle, and I go go into the store, and I had intended to get some Drano, but I now know that that's not for toilets, so I had to unclog the toilet again myself, and I did finally. Uh, I'm getting kind of tired of it. I've put up with it for a long time. It's been at least a year. Mom says it's been like 6 months, but it hasn't. It's been way more. And they keep saying, "Oh, we'll fix it, we'll change it, whatever," but they don't. And so I don't know how many different toilet brushes I've been through. And no, and that's ridiculous. I mean, I shouldn't have to worry about it every time I go to the bathroom. Um, but this is what I have to deal with because they're not gonna do anything about it. Um, Mom's like, "Well, go down there." I'm like, "Well, I can't go down there when I've unclogged the toilet. They're gonna say, what is the problem?" And the toilet gets clogged. Well, but it's not clogged now. So, well, and I unclogged it because I had to use the toilet. That's what it comes down to. Uh, we have two bathrooms in the trailer. There's one in my room and one in my mother's room, and my mother's room is on the opposite side of the house. My brother uh, lives in the living room, so it makes it a little difficult. I mean, if it was just her and I'd go in there, it'd be no problem. I would just not bother to use the toilet in my bathroom. But certain things are complicated. Um, so yeah, uh, that's just one example of what happens. But it's just to such extremes. I don't know what that's about. Like a couple days before that, I came in. I was in the bathroom at Sweet Bay, and a lady came in and she vomited, flushed, and then left. And I want to know why I have to be present for certain things. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and then this is Florida, so we get a lot of storms, and rain, especially during the spring and summer. So this older man with longish white hair, uh, you know, uh, maybe he's like was like an ex hippie or whatever. I don't know, but uh, maybe he used to have a band when he was a kid. I don't know, but anyway, it's fun to imagine what people's lives were like. You want to know why they look the way they do or they act the way they do. Anyway, so anyway, uh, he walks up to me and he says, "Young lady, it's gonna rain," and he points to the sky, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And he pulls out his wallet and he has this big wad of cash. Here I was talking about money again, the way people would just hand it to me. Uh, and I think he thought better of it, and he was like, "Well, I have my daughter here, and we were gonna offer you a ride." And I had the distinct impression that he was going to say something else entirely. Uh, that involves solicitation, but he thought better of it, and I said, "Yeah, I know," and I continued. Went, "I know," and I went to go, and he left it alone. But then there's the drunk lady. If you follow my Facebook page, talk about the drunk lady. I have to have the same conversation with this drunk lady every freaking time. Why don't you have one of those scooter things? Why don't you have like she doesn't use the right name, but why don't you have like a cookie or would, and I've told her over and over, I don't need a quickie. I'm not gonna justify myself to her. Um, I don't need it, and I'm not gonna explain my situation to you. My legs work. I'm fine. Blah blah blah. And I had a discussion with my mother. I was like, why is it all? Why do people, when they talk to me, they don't say, "Hi, how are you?" They don't say, "What's your name?" It's, "Hey, what about your legs?" Like, can I ask you a question about, with kids, I don't mind. They come up to and poke me and they say, "What happened?" You know, kids are naturally curious, but I think adults are too. But why does it have to be a conversation starter? For me, my handicap is not all encompassing. It's part of me. It would be kind of hard for it not to be, but it is not all encompassing. You know, uh, but when people see me, it's like that's all they see, on the opposite side of the spectrum. Again, living in these extremes, their jaw drops and they look at me like they've seen Jesus Christ. I don't understand that, really. Uh, but yeah, was me. I remember I said I was gonna post an entry about things that I have experienced or hear on my walk. Just hear some of the stuff that I need to start talking about. Some of the stuff that I hear as I'm walking by, because it's just like that's what I was talking about uh people. They're just strange. Like uh they give me pause. Like really, like seriously. Anyway, okay, I gotta stop. I'm over 15 minutes here. Oh, we're at 60. Okay, I gotta stop. This is gonna be really long.